Well, good day, everybody. I'm actually in the process of trying, I hope, to get this live stream set up, which doesn't appear to be wanting to work. Still, I shall here we go. Which doesn't appear. So, I know this is completely unscheduled. I literally just got home and I thought, let's mess around a bit in Sky. And it looks like I'm just in time to head to Grandma's. So, if you're familiar with Nimue, you may remember her looking something like this. Except that I kind of invested in a few bits for her. Give her something of a more distinctive look. Which is rather nice, I think. And so now we'll head off to Grandma's. Whoops, after I do this. One thing I must admit I keep wondering about for her is how tall I should try and get her. She's about, I think, her default height at the moment. She started off as a fairly short avatar, really barely above a chibi. And I have to confess I have run her a bit off stream, which was not my normal practice, but there were certain things I wanted to do, like get her the cosmetics she's wearing, which did require more in the way of candles and tickets than I had. Oops, I forgot. The parasol comes in very handy, of course. I've also experimented with her height. I haven't been able to decide whether I want her to be short and adorable or tall and elegant. I definitely don't want her to be a chibi. Sorry, excuse me. Got nothing against chibis, they can be very cute. I just don't like playing as a chibi. So we might experiment with her height in a bit. Don't think she's ever going to be very tall, unfortunately. Essentially, from what I understand, there's a maximum. Obviously, there is an absolute maximum height, but that maximum varies from Sky Kid to Sky Kid. So if you start off tall, you've got a very good chance you're going to, with some work, you could conceivably reach the absolute maximum height possible. But if you start off short, I don't think you can. You're pretty much stuck. Still, I'll let you all decide, well, if anybody's watching. We can take a look and see what I can achieve. About 6 minutes to Grandma's. Yeah, that doesn't really help, does it? It's a shame you can't hold a torch and an umbrella at the same time. She is, as ever, stuck with one wing, which is an interesting way to play, as I've mentioned before. Well, let's see. Normally what I do when I'm judging height is go and stand next to the hopeful steward. Now let's see what we get. Oh, wow. That is a lot taller. Well, she's nothing if not elegant at that height. I think the cape and the outfit works better. Let's say hello. Not often people take time out to have a chat at the table, so that's kind of nice. Of course, the antlers certainly add to the appearance of height. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, sorry about that. Itchy ear. Oh, hang on. Just realised I can't see chat. I know nobody's on at the moment, but just in case, I should pop out the chat box. Makes it a bit easier to read over here. And I can expand this. What's people saying? Ah, French. Or French Canadian. Oh, right. I'm slightly amazed that that didn't get me censored. I found in the past that writing in French can get me censored. Could I have understand that? Maybe. Thank goodness for the Ah, French Canadian. I think it's Quebec where most French Canadians are, but I could be wrong. I think this would be the first French Canadian I've actually spoken to. No. Oh, and we just ran out of candle. Oh. Really ought to excuse my French. It really is quite appalling. I wonder... Oh, that's kind of interesting. An Englishman trying to speak French with someone who, oh, not Chinese, someone from Chile whose first language would therefore be Spanish. And yes, as you might gather, I speak enough French to make a terrible hash of things. Didn't want to do that, wanted the lights. Yeah, absolutely butchering my French, I have no doubt, but I like to try. You know, now that I know, I would say, yeah, does look a bit French, but I've only met one other person. Still, it is nice to actually sit down and practice my French for a bit, such as it is. Did they go? Huh. Oh, that was sudden. Excuse me, I need to cough. Oops, and we're out of... Did we have a server split and we lost my... I have been playing Sky for about a year. It'll be a year... Actually, almost exactly a year. This particular avatar you see, I created just for streaming. She started out wingless, and I kept her wingless until I felt I'd done enough, and then I wanted to see if I could pick up a wing deliberately and then lose it. And the answer to that is no, you can't. So since then, if you just squint, I don't know, you can see that she only has one wing, and so I've been playing her with just one wing ever since. Mainly because I'm stubborn, or more correctly, this avatar is stubborn. So how do you pronounce your name? Is that Haki? How long have you been playing? In fact, playing her name's Nimue, by the way, this avatar. While I was playing her wingless, I got a lot of assistance when I needed to go through Eden to unlock the aviary. Somebody took me into Eden when all I did was honk a lot. And yes, you can in fact go to Eden and exit Eden and stay wingless. I did a video on it. But I've played wingless a few times. One of my wingless avatars is still going, and the other one accidentally picked up a wing here in the Hidden Forest. I was on touchscreen and I accidentally touched a wing when I shouldn't have. But so there are definite challenges. I mean, there are definite advantages to playing wingless. You can't die, for example. It makes dealing with krill very easy. But I keep her with a one wing. I refuse to get any wing buffs for her, on the grounds that if I can ever find a way of returning her to wingless status, I am at least in principle prepared for it by not having wing buffs. If you get wing buffs, basically you are absolutely, definitely stuck. More so than if you have just the one wing. So, if you play wingless, essentially the rule is don't pick any wing buffs up and don't pick up any wings. But, you know, it's fun, so that's why I do it. And oh yes, I can head for the turtle in a minute. Odd thing about grandmas, I'm sure, I don't know whether it's generally known, but the last mochi offering doesn't actually, it gives you light, but it doesn't add to your candle count at all. So there's probably one more delivery, and then I might as well leave, because this will be the last one I get any worthwhile light from. I can, of course, come back to Grandma's again, but I doubt I'll be streaming still in 2 hours. We'll see. I mean, I do have winged avatars. They've all got slightly different personalities and different looks, I find. Don't ask me why, but they do. Oh, good, I'm glad. Right, I'm going to do my usual. When I change height and I'm taller, let's see how tall I am. I know there are ways of measuring yourself. I find the easiest thing to do is simply go and give the hopeful steward a hug. And oh, she's about the same height. It's probably very difficult for her to get any taller. But even one wing makes things a little bit easier to achieve. It gives you a bit more floaty, for example. In some ways, I wish there was a way to play wingless, but with a cape. That would be interesting. I mean, I find it quite relaxing, to be honest, because you don't have this requirement to pick up every wing possible. You end up being a bit more relaxed. It's just a different way of playing. And I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I actually spent money on her cloak. But to be honest, it suits her so well. I'm very glad I did. And particularly with the outfit from the... what are they calling it? Days of Fortune? Yeah. I've got a male avatar I play. And he doesn't look very good in this somewhat belly-bearing outfit. He looks a bit daft. But as you can see, there's a... you couldn't do this... you can't do that if you're wingless. So even one wing does give you a bit of an advantage. I know, I'm kind of breaking the rules by doing a honk. I find the honk to be a little bit more reliable as a method of getting dyes. And I'm also aware that I've got a limited amount of time here, but I've got enough. But wingless, you can do a lot of the aviary quests. There are... you see, you can't do the windpath quests if you're wingless. Some of them you can, but then you come across an absolute block. At which point you need someone to assist. Either another account or a friend. But with one wing, you can finish off the wind path quests. The nerve-wracking thing about playing wingless is if you want to unlock the aviary properly, and then that requires you to go to Eden. Getting to Eden, as I've discovered, totally solo, quite doable. The main problem is exiting orbit, and there is a trick to it. I assume it still works, and I did actually do a video about it. It's easier, I think, on PC, which is what I'm playing on. But you can do it, I think, on tablet. I don't know about console or what else? Yeah, I don't, or Switch. I don't know if the trick you use to exit Eden works there. Ah, that was a bad jump. I can normally float to the next candle cake. Yeah, not going to be able to. Drat. Oh, I'll come back later. The other thing about playing wingless is, of course, you are assured that you are a very rare person. Where's the turtle? Here, turtle, turtle. There is actually one thing about playing with only one wing, and that is you don't mind losing that wing so much. You know how if you lose all your light and then you lose your wings, well, if you've only got one wing, you don't have much to lose, so it's not a huge problem. Just waiting for the turtle to surface so I can collect its bounty. Precisely, yes. Yeah. It's not as powerful as wingless. Wingless can lose all their light and there's no problem. Unless they've changed the game dynamics recently, a wingless that loses all its light is, yeah, it just, that's it. It doesn't suffer any particular problems. How'd you go AFK at the turtle event? Why are these two just sort of sitting around? Sanctuary Islands, of course, very useful for flying. You can just... Oh, right. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I don't like the geyser very much. It's I find it kind of boring. But each to their own. This is the bit that I find tricky, trying to find out where that first clam/oyster is, because it's so dark. So you have to do this trick where you kind of hover near the top to find that first oyster. And then you can find the other oysters because they're silhouetted against the sunset. Talking of, well, since we're talking about the game, I assume you were affected by the server problems recently? What was kind of weird about that was I didn't actually experience any problems at all until they shut the server down. Well, until they shut the server down for maintenance. But I did think their compensation was more than generous. I mean, basically we got 2 days of candles and tickets and 20 Ascendant candles. Wow, that was nice of them. That was a really unexpected bonus. Hello, Mukesh. Oh, there it is. In case you're wondering, this is... in case you're wondering, this is not my usual scheduled streaming time. I normally stream at 9 o'clock GMT during the week. Weekends are much more haphazard, but... I thought, why not? Just for the heck of it. I do enjoy it, so, you know. Typically, excuse me, most recently during the week, I have been streaming The Long Dark, if you're familiar with that. For some reason, it is quite popular. I mean, insofar as anybody with only 60 subscribers could ever be described as popular, I do have my regulars for the morning stream, which is very nice. And they seem to be enjoying The Long Dark, so that's what I've been streaming lately. I never kind of intended for this to be a Long Dark streaming channel, but I've been doing it. India! Wow. I think most of my followers, so to speak, when I'm streaming are from Canada or from the United States. So now what I tend to do is pick up the rest of the candles here and any dye. Oh, I'm doing so far so good today, which is always nice. This is a very unusual time for me to stream, as I kind of say. So, as it turns out, a completely different audience. Which is nice. Oh, that's right. I've got to go visit the Jolly Geologist, haven't I? I think that's right. Okay, I can... Oh, no, I can't... Yes, I can do the Manta. I don't think I've got any friends online at the moment, but that's alright. Oh, you're welcome. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, please. Sorry, I've got to get the prerequisite shameless self-plug in there. Well, have a good evening. Thank you! I appreciate that. Have a good rest of the day. Almost forgot what I was doing there. Wow, slightly surprised I made that jump. I didn't even think about what I was doing. Muscle memory from playing Winged. Well, more Wings. Oh, forgot I only had one flappy. Yeah, I've sort of had to work in a way of doing the die runs as well as the candle runs, because the die runs are how do I put this delicately? Pain. There we go. That's a polite way of putting it. I'm going to have to go up over this way. Yeah. I normally find that if you do a candle run and you run to grey, it takes about 2 hours, give or take. The last hour, of course, is the one which is the most painful. You can get 15 odd candles in an hour relatively easily. Ooh, they're online. But once they introduce... Ah! Holding a friend's hand. Okay. That counts, apparently. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, I see. I have to take the photograph. You just took you took my umbrella away. Oh, dear me. Oh, please don't tell me it's going to be one of these where... Ah. There we go. The number of times I've seen people complaining about the photograph missions. Yeah, they are a bit of a pain sometimes. I don't know why they call them rocks. Aren't they supposed to be whale tails? Right. So, actually that's... I won't say that's everything I wanted to do. As the title says, I'm just messing around, really. Yeah, the irritating thing about if you want to do Candle Run and full dies and you want to get the tickets and you want to do the daily quests, all of a sudden you've gone from 2 hours to something else, which is a bit of a pain. So what I've tried to do is integrate the candle run with the dye run. So do grandma's, go to the turtle, pick up the colour from the turtle, go back to the beginning, this kind of thing. You can kind of integrate it a bit, but it's still a bit of a chore. Oh, and in fact there's still some candles I need to get, isn't there? Aren't there? Hello, Titan. Yes, you're absolutely right. Definitely qualifies as a cozy game. What was I doing? Oh, I didn't pick up the rest of the... Now I have a couple of friends who show up, and we often do stuff together. One's from Malaysia and one's from Vietnam. I wish I could say my Malay and my Vietnamese was improving, but it isn't. Fortunately, my friend from Malaysia speaks English practically as a first language, and the translation, either Google Translate or the in-game translation for Vietnamese, is actually quite good. So I am actually very impressed by the in-game translation. It's generally pretty good. And if it isn't, you can generally figure out that it was a translation error. Where's the rest of the seasonal candles? Ah, here we go. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I bothered doing the dye runs. Except for, yeah, particularly seeing as my understanding that the dyeing will remain part of the game. It's now permanent, so there's no need to be quite so intense. But actually, one thing I do like about the dye run so far is that it takes you to Prairie Peaks, which is an underused aspect of the game, I feel. I do like Prairie Peaks. My favourite locations are probably Prairie Peaks, Sanctuary Islands, and the Crescent Oasis. I wish they'd do more with the Crescent Oasis. Even though the quests in the Crescent Oasis are, I think, Indian, based on Indian folklore, the Crescent Oasis itself reminds me sort of parts of New Mexico and Arizona. So yeah, that's why I like it. Because I used to live in Arizona. And I've seen the Painted Desert. And things like that. Excuse me, my voice is dying. The other reason I like the Crescent Oasis was when I first started, it was right at the point when the season of the 9-coloured deer commenced, and I did like that season. In fact, one of my avatars still wears, in fact my oldest avatar wears the princess robe almost exclusively from that, because she hasn't found anything else that she likes as much. Took her forever to find a cloak apart from the default red that she likes. Unfortunately, you won't see her in this session, but she's featured in a few streams. Yeah, this is the reason I prefer the honk. I can't find the... Let's see whether this works. Where's the... Oh, that does work. Yeah. I wish there was, in fact, another way of picking up the butterflies. Everybody running around honking can be a little irritating. But, yeah, you see, where's the gathering point? It's just easier to come over here and honk. Now, if I had wings, I'd actually fly up to the exit and get out that way, but one wing is not really enough to get up there, so the simple solution is simply go home and come back, which I think I will do. Because at this particular point I'm pretty much committed to doing a candle run through the Daylight Prairie, so I might as well get that out the way. And then I'll come back and finish that off. The Hidden Forest. One of my favourite places to just hang out, not in terms of looks, but if you want to help people. Yeah, I've dyed Nimue here. She's gone for the gold and the white. But I do like hanging out in the Hidden Forest to help new players. Because for a new player, the Hidden Forest, particularly the Boneyard, is one of the most dangerous places. It's so easy to lose wings there until you get used to it. Once you get used to it, going through the Boneyard wingless is quite doable. Although you can't get up to the temple solo. Not wingless, you can't anyway. You know, of course, when it comes to dyeing right now, your options are pretty much red and gold. Well, red and yellow. And orange, of course. You can make orange. I don't think I've collected enough white dyes to do anything. This is my... I normally do my candle runs through here anyway, so stopping for dye isn't too bad. Tomorrow should be interesting. I'll be interested to see which dyes get unlocked and where. There's one of the frequent... I say complaints, requests, is that we should be able to dye our hair. I've been told that that might be possible later on the season, but we'll see. I mean, that would be interesting. I will say, I think... How did you get black? I have not seen black dye anywhere. What have I missed? I mean, how do you get any colours other than red, yellow and white? That's all I've seen. I have not seen any way of getting any other colours yet. Oh, okay. Yes, I don't have a season pass. I am not one to complain about spending money for in-app purchases, as you can tell. I mean... So I'll just wait and do it through the season, through the regular season. I mean, to be honest, my own colour preferences tends to be... see, what do I normally go for? Red, black, gold, obviously. And I haven't felt the need to dye anything white. So, you know, that all worked out pretty well as is. There. Not going to worry about it myself. Oh, I don't want to relive its memories. Have I got this one? I think... I ought to check. Yes, I've already got that one. I still ought to do a full-blown spirit run at some point, but to be honest with you, I can't be bothered anymore. If you're up for some amusement, you should... I did a live stream, a couple of live streamers, actually several, reading the end-user license agreement and the terms and conditions. There's at least one absolutely hilarious part in there, in their terms and conditions, about the zombie apocalypse. And no, I kid you not, they actually have a section... in their end-user license agreement about the zombie apocalypse. I think one of those videos is my most watched video, which I thought was amusing. Still, as a result, I did find out something interesting. When I first revealed on one of the Facebook forums, the official one, that I had more than one avatar, I was told that I was potentially in violation of the terms and services. So I checked, and actually there's nothing in the end-user license agreement or terms of services about having more than one account. They recommend that you don't, but yeah, it's not actually against terms and conditions to have more than one account, and it can be useful if you want to play different styles. Or multiple accounts simultaneously. Well, 2. I don't have the means of running more than 2 accounts simultaneously. I wouldn't care to try 3. That would be a bit much. Yeah, I've got a playlist pretty much dedicated to it. Oh, I must have picked them up already. Yeah, I don't do... Oh! Ride with a manta. I forgot about that one. That sorts that one out. Yeah, I what was it? 3 live streams I did to Twitch, then uploaded to YouTube. I stopped doing live streams on Twitch because, frankly, nobody was watching. But the moment I started streaming on YouTube, all of a sudden I have this little community, which is very nice. Yes, I'm stubborn. Or rather, Nimue here is stubborn. And it's a different way of playing. That's all, really. It's just... and I can't be bothered. Yeah, you do get a bit tired of doing the wing grind and the wing buff grind. So I don't do it. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, this particular avatar I created for streaming, and she started out wingless and stayed wingless until I just to demonstrate various things, including how to get out of orbit and stay wingless, which I did. And then I deliberately picked up a wing because I wanted to see whether it was possible to return to wingless status, and the simple answer is no, you can't. But I liked this avatar enough by that point that I continue live streaming her. It's a purely stylistic thing. She will probably at this point I can say it's not her intent ever to pick up a wing buff. So, you know, it's just another way of playing. I've got my oldest avatar is, if I collected every wing available, she'd be at, I think, 194 wings, I think. So in a month or so she'll hit, I'll deliberately get her up to 200 eventually. Yeah, maybe a couple of months I might be able to get her up to 200, but that will be a real grind. So some point this year she'll get up to 200. But this young lady, nope, she's going to stick with 1 for now. And it does give, as I said before, I don't know whether you heard me, having only 1 wing means you're not at all bothered about losing the wing. You know, you don't feel any obligation to do wing runs. You don't feel any obligation to go chasing after any wings you lose. If I want to go into Eden, I can either get someone to help, or you know. Right, yeah. I think at the moment, yes, my oldest avatar would definitely exceed 190. But I did a live stream once too where I ran 2 accounts simultaneously. One on my iPad and one on this computer. And I managed to find a way to mirror the iPad onto a screen on my PC, which I could then show on OBS. So you could actually see both accounts at once as I was running them. Which was kind of cool, I thought. Yeah, I'm overdue to do an Eden run or 2, just to pick up the extra wing levels. But again, I'm not in any great rush. I used to run Eden once a week. Oh, that made for a very, very long Sunday, I can tell you. The best I've been able to do, and again I streamed this once, was I did Eden and a wing run back to back. It took me, I think it was 3 hours total. I could probably do it faster, but that was moderately quick for me. Yeah, Eden, I have very fond memories of my first time in Eden. I had literally been playing for 2 days, and I'd gone through all the realms, and so I went to Eden. Absolutely no idea what I was doing. So, there I am, default moth outfit. No idea what I'm doing, no idea about anything at all, and this veteran player finds me hanging around Eden and handholds me all the way through Eden, which I thought was terribly nice of them. And I had no idea what I was doing, and I found it to be one of the best video game experiences of my life. Talk about emotional highs and lows. Yeah. I'm not one of those speedrunner types. There is actually a speedrun record for a wing run, I believe, and I think it's something like 1 hour and 15 minutes. I can only assume they were using glitches, you know, chibi falling and what have you. Yeah, I thought Eden was, still is, very meaningful. The idea that you are sacrificing yourself to help others. Is very interesting. I don't recommend doing a 2-account Eden run. It takes too long. It's a pain. Ah, thank goodness for umbrellas. This makes this so much easier. Ah, I just realized I've been streaming for an hour. So, here's what I'm going to do. Typically after an hour I take a quick break. For reasons of a biological nature. So, I'm in a safe spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be gone 2 or 3 minutes. Typically 3 or 4 minutes, actually, now that I think about it. And I shall return. I wish I had intermission music, but I'm afraid I don't. So, I will see you all fairly shortly. forgot to unmute the microphone. It's sitting right in my front of my face and I forgot to unmute it. There's a few lights I can't get here, but I don't really worry about it too much. Thank you. I might hang out in the boneyard, see if there's anybody who needs some help. Yeah, even one wing is profoundly useful. You can't do that jump with a wingless. You don't float. I don't normally enjoy the days of events. Sometimes I find them quite irritating. I do like the current one because it's celebrating Chinese New Year, and I do have some association with Chinese New Year, so I kind of enjoy that. Oh, no, missed that. Can I recharge over here? I can. Ah, I can't be bothered. It's not worth going up. That is one other thing about playing wingless, or even with just one wing. It is a lot more relaxing. You don't feel the absolute necessity to go absolutely everywhere to get absolutely everything. There's a much more an aura of fun to it. So, my favourite place to help people. I've got 2 more permanent height spells. I'm very tempted to try one just to see what happens. I have, in the past, gotten extremely lucky. And... oh, hang on. Do they need help? Well, apparently not. I did once. With my wingless, actually. I think... she went pretty much straight up to her maximum height in one session, which I thought was terribly funny. I think she got something like 3 taller spells in a row, which is possible, but not likely. Right, so if there's light there, there'll be a light round the corner over here. If I make it to 60 candles, I'll be more than happy, which I should be able to do. 60 candles would mean I picked up 17 today so far. Yes, yeah, that happens quite a lot. Oops, they need help. Let's see if we can... I'll go switch off the rain and see if they need some assistance. Yeah. The problem there is if I take them to switch off the rain, they will get confused, so I'll switch off the rain first. And then drag them over there. Possibly. Let's see. Yeah, that happens too. I think they get discouraged. I mean, I still remember my first time coming to the Hidden Forest. Don't think I lost any wings, but it... for a new player, it must be... Especially if they're younger. It could be quite threatening. So if they suddenly find themselves without light and they're losing wings, I suspect some of them will rage quit. Or the equivalent of. Because so far, you know, up to this point the game's been all, you know, sunshine and roses, and suddenly you're in the Hidden Forest. So that must be a bit disconcerting. Now, I still remember, I started playing it because I saw an ad on Facebook, and I thought, that looks like Journey. And up to that point, Journey had been probably one of my favorite gaming experiences. Right, now I'm in a position to help. And so I thought, oh, looks like Journey, I'll try it. I didn't realize it was the same people. Same developers. Yeah, I need to pick up that spirit at some point. So I have to ask, Titan, have you subscribed yet? Yes, in fact, I got it. My male avatar exclusively wears the Journey cape and the Journey mask. And it took him forever, but he finally found an outfit that it works with. Thank you, appreciate it. Don't know how long I'm going to be streaming today. This really is a bit more fun for me than my usual. I just felt like doing it, so I thought, okay, I'll do some more of Nimue's journey. So, what do we think? Should I try and see what happens if I try another height spell? What the heck. Let's try, see what happens. She's going to be shorter. Oh! Well, now that's interesting. Only a little bit shorter. Now, the chances are, with me, that if I do it again, she'll end up back at her default height. There's at least half a chance that's what's going to happen if I try it again. But there's a 50%, in principle, there's a 50% chance she'll be taller next time. But I'm not sure. They say that there's a 50% chance whether you're going to be shorter or taller. And then there's different odds about whether it's going to be much taller, much shorter, a lot taller, a lot shorter, a little taller, or a little shorter. So in principle, I've got an outside chance she'll be much taller next time. But except for the fact that when you hit maximum height, my observation is you end up much shorter. Fortunately, as far as Nimue is concerned, it's not really a huge problem. Well, actually, she's still taller than her default. Now I think she's just regular height. No, she's getting to the... Yeah, never mind. It's fun to try. And it won't take me... If I do the shard events, I'll get back and try again. That's the other great thing about running like this. You don't have anything to spend your ascendant candles on, so you can experiment more easily. No pressure to get wing buffs or anything, you see. And good grief, some of those get expensive. I think the most expensive wing buff is 12 ascendant candles. I think it's 12. I know there's a 9, and I'm pretty certain there's a 12. Yeah, there was a time I... Oh, hang on, someone's in trouble. Oh, let's go help. Where are we? Get your wings back. Come here. I'm being helpful. Ah! Stay undercover. I'll come and find you. Oh, they're going to be in trouble. No. Come here. Be helped. Is there? Is that one of the masks? Oh yeah, they're there. They are definitely potentially in trouble. Come on, let's see if I can get them to turn the rain off. Oh, all right. I'll take him by the hand. What do we want to call them? Fëanor. Come on, I'll drag you safely. Ah, right. Right. So what we're going to do now is rush them to turn the light off, to turn the rain off. And you should be able to get there without any problems. If I can, they certainly can. It took me forever to realise that you could turn the rain off. There you go. Oh, they've got the cutscene. They haven't been here before. Yeah, I've spent 125 Ascendant Candles on one of the masks and 75 on the other one. Oh, really? Didn't? Yeah, it's a very useful trick. That's often how I help them. Pretty much like that. Sometimes they want to become friends, and if they do that, I will basically take them here and show them how to turn the rain off. Yeah, because I'm standing right out here and it's not raining. Of course, for other people, it's still raining. So for Fëanor there, it was still raining. So, it took me a while to realize that what I was seeing wasn't necessarily what other people were seeing. So that applies to the rain. But it also applies to crabs. You can literally have two accounts who enter the same region at the same time, and the crabs are different for each of them. You can also... no, basically it triggers when you just go in there. The other thing where things are not where they seem is actually the krill. You know, the dark dragons. The dark dragons are not necessarily where you think they are. So, and I've seen this again with when you run two accounts. So one account can see a dark dragon in one place. Another person who's with you, the krill might be in a different place for them. So if you're ever, if you're ever piggybacking or hand-holding a friend through the Golden Wasteland, and it's happened to me several times where I was fine, but the person I was with got targeted by the dragon. And it turns out, and I've confirmed this through experimentation, that for the other person, the krill were in a completely different place. And sometimes it can be just different enough that you can run into trouble. So it's always worth bearing in mind that just because you're seeing something like a crab or a dragon doesn't mean the other person's seeing the same thing. Now, for some things, this is inevitable. You know, mantas in the Sanctuary Islands. Obviously, that depends on whether they've been unlocked, whether you've done the quests in the Sanctuary Islands. But even if you have two accounts, both of which have done the Sanctuary Island quests, it's actually quite possible that the manta is in a different place for both of you. So, yeah. A little disconcerting sometimes. Oops, someone's in trouble. It's alright, I'm coming. Come here, I want to help. Some players will run away from you. They will actually... they're not used to a game necessarily where people will help. The other day, and this illustrates sometimes what it's like. The other day, I had a player. So I helped them. I took them to Forest End and sat them down so I could have a chat. And the first thing they asked me was, "Are you a bot?" And I said, "No, I'm not a bot. Why do you ask?" And their response was, "Because you helped me." People coming from other forms of multiplayer are not necessarily used to other players helping them. Whereas in Sky, it's generally what people do. Well, some people do. Let's get this person through to... Oh, no, they've been here before. Yeah, I should have guessed they've got... Oh, yes, they've been... Wow, how did they end up in trouble? They've got more than enough wings. Huh. That was unexpected. So it is somewhat... yeah, but sometimes you definitely see them running away. They're scared. And I think it's because they're used to other multiplayer games where people don't help. Or people take advantage of new players, which I've always thought is terribly sad. I used to be quite the Minecraft player. In fact, I did actually once start a YouTube channel about Minecraft. It doesn't exist anymore. But as a result, I dipped my toe into social media for Minecraft, and what I saw was somewhat horrifying. People actively denigrating, sneering at new players. And I didn't understand it. Now granted, I'm an old man. My perspective is somewhat different. But the idea that you wouldn't help new players is utterly beyond me. Why would you want to take advantage, victimize, and possibly put off somebody from playing a game? But there was a very toxic atmosphere in some of the Minecraft forums I hung around in, so I don't do that anymore. There are other games which aren't particularly toxic. No Man's Sky, for example, I have not had any particular problems there. While I won't say the players have necessarily been particularly gregarious, I've not yet really encountered any particular hostility there. Palia tends to be much more helpful. Now granted, there's no PvP in Palia, so... although there is some toxicity, now that I think about it, there is some toxicity in Palia that I've seen mentioned. But No Man's Sky, definitely on the friendly and helpful side. Sky Children of the Light, definitely... tends to be on the helpful side, but the Minecraft scene, definitely on the toxic side. It's a great shame, but that's why I don't play multiplayer Minecraft. Don't want to deal with it. Oh nope, they're experienced enough that they don't need me. Probably. I'll keep an eye open for them. It sounds weird, doesn't it? I got one wing, and I'm looking out for somebody who's got nearly 100. Experience counts, I guess. But when I was streaming Nimue as Wingless, first time I came here, I was able to make a friend, and they then took me straight up to the Forest Temple, straight off the bat. Very kind of them. And the more I play, the more heartwarming experiences I've had. And so therefore I feel not obligated. It encourages you to help others, let's put it that way. So that's what I do. I don't do it as much as I should, really. But when I'm playing just to play, and I haven't got my mind set on extreme candle gathering mode, I'll hang around here and help out. Now, once I got the hang of it, in fact, I don't think I've ever lost a wing in the Hidden Forest. Don't think so. I might be wrong. I'm just making sure all the lights are lit. No, I mean, I was trying to think. I've come close, I must admit. Oh, to just realised, I've come close to losing wings here, even with 11 flight levels. But don't think I've lost a wing. If you're wingless, you can get into Grand Mars this way, by the way. You have to kind of do it just right, but you can. You can sort of run and jump around this particular part here. Not that I'm going into Grand Mars, but if you're wingless, you can get in that way. And obviously you can get in through the other entrance in Forest Brook. Well, not seeing anybody. Let's head through to Forest End, I suppose. Oh? Oh no, you're in trouble. Yep. Another moth. Oh, that's interesting. They've either learned the friendship trick or they haven't clicked the OK button. Oh, they've got a bit more experience than they look. Yep, come on. This way. But this time it's just like a push, shove. If this was Minecraft, you try and push them. Let's see whether they get the idea. Come on, this way. Well, they don't know what they're doing, so yeah. That's it. Let's herd you this way. Me with my antlers. Stabby, stabby. Chase the moth. Poor moth. Probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Keep going. That's it. There you go. Oh, no, they've been here before. At a guess. That doesn't look like they had the cutscene. Oh, yes. Definitely not really used to this, are they? You can tell from their flight patterns. They haven't quite learned subtlety, I think. You don't need to fly high, you can just hop, and they're in trouble. Maybe? Yep. Oh, let's go get them recharged. At least they should have figured out by now that they're not about to... Oh, there we go. Come on, recharge and fly up. There you go. There we go. Right, just do one flap. That's all you need. And they... Oh, they did it. Oh, good for them. Well done. You did it. Let's get you recharged. Can't tell if they've found any spirits here. They should be being followed if they have. I wish they wouldn't do that. I mean, you've made a new associate. Why don't they leave them in their colours? Why do they have to? No, maybe somebody got the dark tree. No, they didn't. Ah! Botched that jump. Okay, they are trying to do it. You can do this wingless if you're with somebody as well. You can just hop up. But I'm not doing very well today. Oh, did they give up? Oh no, maybe not. No, can't help you there. Oh, please don't tell me you're going to give up. After we went to all this trouble. Or are you going to... No. Always difficult to figure out what other people are thinking. Oops. Sorry about that. Come on, I can only stand here for so long. The obvious problem is the moment I leave this, the other part of the tree is going to... And there's a good chance they have no idea what I'm doing. Which is, of course, stopping the other branch there from regrowing. Ah, no, you need to... I'll tell you what I can do. Nah. Well, I guess I'm going to have to come back to that. Oh, have a good rest of the day, Titan. I ought to publish my streaming schedule in a community post, but as I said, typically 9 o'clock GMT is when I stream, Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays are a bit more haphazard. But if you're subscribed and you've clicked the bell button, you should get notifications when I go live, so there's that. And this is my favourite flight, I think. I get to, just sit back for a moment. Ooh. Did I miss that map shrine? I did not. Okay. I always think this is this little bar. Where is it? I don't know. You got to bear in mind this account started out as wingless. So what is almost the ultimate flex for a wingless is I've got the map shrine in orbit. And I got all the map shrines through Eden. With one wing, I should add. Actually, I got the first two or three wingless, and then when I was trying to lose a wing I deliberately picked up to see if it was possible, I was able to survive long enough in Eden to get the final map shrine. So, and yes, you can get into Eden without any wings if you have somebody take you through. And both times I did, I got a couple of complete strangers to help me through. One of them was very nice. They actually followed me all the way up to Stormlock, which was very nice of them, I thought. But they were also, I think, quite perceptive. They didn't try and help. They just kind of watched over me. So I think they figured out roughly what I was doing. They were definitely an experienced player. I think they had 12 wing levels. Certainly 11. So I think what I'll do is I will get the tickets for the day. Well, I'll get the light here, and I'll do my 2 runs through the Valley of Triumph. And then I will bring the whole thing to an end, I think. For some strange reason, I always hate this patch of lights, and I have no idea why. There's just something about it that irritates me. I think... oh, yeah. And I need to go home and light everybody up. Just to be polite. I'm very tempted at some point to see if I can't set up a keyboard and mice macro to do candle runs for me. The only problem with that is it is strictly against the rules and regulations. They do not approve if you do something like that, so maybe I won't. Oh, excuse me. Suddenly got a bad tickle in my throat. Oh, I always hate it when I miss those at the bottom. In case anybody comes along, you can do this wingless. I've done it. This particular catch the light thing. You have to basically get the lights from the bottom. It takes some doing, but you can do it. Or, of course, you can try and tag along with somebody else. But it is definitely possible to get your tickets for the day here if you're wingless. It's just not easy. Or to be more correct, it's a pain in the bottom. And you definitely want to try and get as many of them as you can at this point. Now, I have encountered somebody else who was asking the question, and their concern, and this was as a wingless, is that light there. If you're on touchscreen, that is a potential problem. You have to be so careful. But with a keyboard, and probably with a controller, not so bad. Or, of course, you can do what I just did and sort of tag along and hope they don't mind. Oh, excuse me. And that's it. Now I can finish my wing run. Or at least finish it as much as I intend to. So typically I run the Valley of Triumph twice. You can technically run it 3 times. I can't be bothered, to be honest with you. So I typically run it twice. Once from the ice rink to the Colosseum, and then in the Village of Dreams, get the candle cakes there, and then do the run down from Hermit Valley. And then I will bring this all to a close, I think. That's not too bad. 2 hours, and how many wings have I got? Oh, sorry, not wings, candles. 59, and I started out with 43. Okay. That's, yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not going to spend another hour picking up the remaining 4 or 5. That's just... Well, correction, it's not my intent to. If I get half a dozen people subscribing and commenting, then I might well extend this stream for another hour. I ought to consider doing 2 streams a day, I suppose. Do the long dark in the morning at 9 o'clock GMT for one group of people, and then afternoon / evening do Sky for another group of people. The problem with that is I would probably burn out quite quickly. I did actually burn out a few weeks ago. I ended up taking a couple of weeks off. I did myself no good. I don't know how people do 5 or 6 hour live streams. I think my longest stream was about 3 hours, and that was exhausting. So my general intent at this point is as I was just saying, run from the ice rink to the Colosseum, and then do the run in Village of Dreams. Don't intend to run to Grey. I was just joking earlier that a couple of minutes ago that if I had half a dozen people suddenly show up and start talking to me, I might extend the stream. Whoa, that's an interesting freeze frame. Oh wow, is it good? He must be getting on for 6:30, I suppose. This I always find interesting. If you have no wings or very few wings, there's no step up here. It's just stairs. So, just grab this. And, yeah, I know, I could... There are 3 runs you can do in the Valley of Triumph, but I'm... Honestly, once I've done Ice Rink to Colosseum and Village of Dreams, Hermit Run, back down to Village of Dreams, I'm not normally too bothered about running from the Citadel to the Colosseum. Sometimes it seems like more work than it's worth. And yes, I know I can get to Village of Dreams from the Colosseum. It's just quicker for me to do it this way. I think I've got everything else. Yeah. Don't know why that says Shift L. It's left shift. When I first saw it saying Shift L, I thought it literally meant you press Shift and the L button. Because that's what I would, you know, when I was a long time ago working with and for and involved with software development amongst other things. You know, if we saw Shift_L, that's what we assumed. Press Shift L. So, you know, we'd have said left shift instead of that, which is confusing. Oh dear, I hope I'm not coming down with something. I've got a definite tickle in my throat. Excuse me a moment. Let me see if I can clear it up with this. Oh. Oh, this always takes forever. Why? Why do they make you hang around for so long to light that up? What's my dye situation like? Not too bad. I used up most of the yellow on the trousers and I think the cloak lining. I haven't got a red version. I don't think that outfit looks good in red. Just my opinion. I have a friend who loves the red, to do the red accents on that outfit. What are they, snakes or dragons? I might actually have a look and see what it looks like. It's a shame you can't change the umbrella colour. That would actually be interesting. Now, this... I mean, I love the umbrella. But for that outfit? Yeah, it would be interesting to have it in yellow and gold. But hey, it'd probably look better if I turned it as much as I can to red. I might have a... Oh no, not this bug. Yes, this bug. Oh! That's infuriating. Yesterday when I was doing this, it's not a live stream, so don't look for it. I had this happen over and over again. I think in the end I had to hop off and go up the hill the hard way. And then, when I got up to the top there, it kicked me high into the clouds. Okay, yeah, you're gonna do that to me today. Dang it. The real trick is going to be to find someone to start the race down the mountain. Actually, is it just me, or has this gotten strangely quiet? There are occasions when the servers go really, really quiet, and you can see friends if they're around, but you can't see other players at all. So here's hoping we don't get... Oh no, we're good. And there's another player. I might be able to persuade them to start the downhill race with me. New quest, of course, tomorrow for... What are they calling it? The Season of Radiance? I can't remember what colours we're supposed to get with that. And I think I saw somebody heading up for the start of the race, so... that might make life a bit easier. Oh. They started already? No, they didn't. Let's see if we can grab somebody's attention. Yes. Thank you. Took me forever to realize that you don't actually have to catch all the fragments of light. It doesn't make much difference. Just grab one or two and you're good to go. You certainly don't have to win the race. And they're going the long way round. I used to pick up every single fragment because I thought it was necessary, and then I found out it doesn't make any difference. Or at least if it does, I haven't been able to notice any difference. The only reason I bother going through the lights is because I like the noise. I wonder if there's any shard events today. I'll have to check in a minute. If anybody's watching and they can look up shard events, Sky, that might be helpful. Got a suspicion it's a no shard day though. There's a website which gives you pretty much a blow-by-blow countdown of where the shard is, how many shard events there are. Well, there's always 3 per day. How long till it's over, how long to the next one, that kind of thing. I'll check that in a second, just in case. Don't want the wing, I want the ascendant candles. Because I was tall and now I'm short again. The Sky version of gambling. Alright, let me have a quick look here. Oops, I can't spell. Sky shard events, here we go. No shards today. Right. Yeah, there's not much point in a huge amount. How many have I got? Oh, I think that's 17 and a half candles. That's more than enough. We'll go home. Light everybody's lights. Is that the expression? Oh, she got tall. And she did as well. They must have decided not to play chibi today. Oh, I've got 2 Feanors. That means I'm going to have to change the name of one of them. Anybody? Oh well, Galadriel it is. Unless I know the person's name, I've named everybody in this constellation after Tolkien's elves. Not the ones in the movies, by the way. At least one of the ones in the movies isn't a real one. In, what was it, the Hobbit trilogy, there is, what was her name? Toriel? The one who falls in love with one of the dwarves. She is not in Tolkien's elf list. So let's have a quick look and see what red looks like for this outfit. Because I'm curious. Actually, I wonder what white looks like. I don't have enough white to do the dye, but let's have a look. Let's see. That would actually work. Yeah, that would work actually. What happens if I do it red? Huh. Oh no, that only affects that little gem there. Not really worth it. So let's have a look. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see what this would look like as white. Not sure I like that, to be honest. Let's go back to red and see if I like that. What do we think? I'm not so sure. I like the red lining on the white cloak, but hey, I haven't got anything else to do with it. Well, if nothing, it's different. And yeah, it's interesting. It's the polite way of putting it. I think I prefer the yellow and gold, but I'll leave it like that for now. And that, I think, pretty much brings me to day's end. You know what? That would be better if that pattern on the back was red. But right. Unless anybody can think of something else I ought to do. But you know what? That's growing on me. How much dye have I got left? Wow. Right. Thank you everybody for watching. I know some people enjoyed it because they hang around a while. If you're enjoying this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. And I hope you all have a good day, but I am now going to sign off and I will see you all next time. If you're watching and you want to see me stream at my more regular times, I normally stream at 9 o'clock GMT Monday through Friday. At the moment we're doing the Long Dark, and Saturdays and Sundays are a bit more haphazard. So anyway, have a good day, good rest of the weekend, and I'll see you all soon.